OMG, Michelle, you'll never guess what happened. You won't believe it. I couldn't wait to tell you. We're best friends, right? You'll listen to what I have to say, right?
Hey, Christine. What's all of this all of a sudden? Did something happen? You're not in any kind of trouble, are you? I hope you're okay.
Well, it's something important, don't worry. It's nothing bad or anything. Well, maybe just a little. It's such good news that I couldn't help myself. I got married!
What? Married? When? I didn't even know you were engaged.
That's right, I'm married!
Wait, you have to tell me the details. How? When? You're not engaged, right? Did you really get married? Did you already submit your registration with Town Hall?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. We submitted the paperwork already, so now it's official. Sorry for not telling you earlier. There were a lot of things going on. It got pretty crazy. Every time I wanted to tell you, something came up.
Well, as long as everything is fine, I'm so excited for you. Congratulations on your marriage, Christine. I'm so happy for you. I wish you and your husband a happily ever after.
Thank you, Michelle. You don't know how much it means to me. I'm so happy I was able to finally tell you. We're planning our wedding ceremony now. With all the costs and planning, it's taking a while, but we're going to have one. You know you're my best friend, right? You'll come to the wedding, won't you?
Of course I will. I wouldn't miss it for the world. We're best friends. Just let me know when the date is. I need to get ready. I need to buy a dress and everything.
We've already decided on the date. We're going to have it at the end of next month. I hope it's not too last minute for you. I really want you to come to the wedding. It wouldn't be the same without you.
Already? That's so soon. Well, it's my best friend's wedding, so I can't miss it. I'll be there.
Yeah, well, to tell you the truth, he's already been divorced once, so things are a little complicated. He can't invite his parents or siblings to the wedding, something to do with being worried about what they'll think. So instead, we're planning on having a smaller wedding with just our friends. You're definitely going to come, right? I really want you to be there, Michelle. You're okay with taking some time off too, right? It'll probably be on a weekday.
Yeah, of course. There's no way I'd miss it. Don't worry, I'll be there.
All right, it's a promise. You have to come no matter what, okay? If you end up missing the wedding, I'll never forgive you.
You're being so dramatic. I wouldn't miss it. I'll be sure to attend. I'll RSVP as soon as I get the invitation. I'll leave my schedule open for you. I'm so happy. I can't wait for your wedding. Hey, Christine, what is the meaning of this? How could you do this to me? I can't believe it. I didn't think you'd betray me like this. Why are you married to my ex-husband? How could you?
I guess I underplayed it when I said it wasn't any trouble or anything. Did we surprise you? It surprised me too. I bet you never would have guessed that my husband is Kai, of all people. Lol.
You're damn right I'm surprised. You have some answering to do. Why are the two of you married, and why are you having a wedding ceremony? He disappeared on me 3 years ago. He ghosted me. Now tell me, why are you with Kai? I've been looking for him this whole time. I'd finally given up and decided to file the papers for a divorce. I'd finally made peace with it. Yet to my surprise, there he is, alive and well. Not only that, he's with my best friend. Not to mention you two are married.
It's worse than that, isn't it? Didn't he also leave you with a ton of debt after he disappeared on you?
Yeah, that's right. That little rat. He racked up over $100,000 in debt from secretly visiting strip clubs. He just up and vanished one day. After coming home, I found all of his stuff was gone. No matter how long I waited for him, he never came back. He never even contacted me. Before I knew it, there were debt collectors coming to the house asking where their money was. I've been picking up the pieces ever since he walked out on me.
It must have been quite the shock, I bet. In the end, you couldn't refuse them, and you became liable for the debt, didn't you?
You're my best friend, and I told you everything about what happened to me. You knew everything. Why are you doing this? You were always by my side and cheered me up when I needed it. You were there for me when things were tough. You knew all about how I couldn't find Kai no matter how hard I tried. Even the burden that the debt had on my life, you knew all of it. You knew about the living hell I was going through every day. And you were always there for me, supporting me. So tell me why. How could you do this to me? Why, after supporting me all this time, did you decide to stab me in the back? How could you marry Kai, of all people?
I'm sorry, Michelle. I really am. But I haven't been fully honest with you. To tell you the truth, I've been living together with Kai ever since he disappeared on you. Lol.
You were living with him? Are you serious?
Well, that's not all. Even before he disappeared on you, we've been seeing each other, including the 3 years since he left and the 2 years before that. We've actually been dating for 5 years.
You were having an affair with him for more than 5 years? This whole time you've been stabbing me in the back?
Well, it all happened 3 years ago. All of a sudden, he told me he wanted to marry me. He actually wanted to divorce you.
If he wanted a divorce, why didn't he just tell me?
We thought about it, and, well, we decided not to go through with it. Lol. The two of us were already dating for a few years, right? Even if you asked for a divorce, we weren't sure you'd even say yes. We had to be sure. So after talking about it some more, that's when we concocted our plan. He would just disappear on you instead. Just like that, he'd be gone. If he did that, then you two would end up divorced anyway. It was much easier than going through the whole legal process.
Oh my God, how could you? Was this really all part of your plan? You're the one who put the idea of divorcing him into my head, weren't you?
Oh, did you finally figure it out? Wow.
After I wasn't able to find him, you told me I should think about getting a divorce. I remember it was you who told me that after 3 years, that's plenty of time for him to have shown up, that I should just divorce him already. You went through all of that just so I would get a divorce from Kai, didn't you?
You got it. That's right. It was all so you would divorce him. Thanks for following along so perfectly. You got a divorce right on time.
You two are scum. I can't believe I called you my best friend. His disappearance even affected my health, and I even collapsed. I was so thankful to you for coming to check up on me too. You helped me through all of that, but this whole time you were just stabbing me in my back without me knowing.
I'm so sorry about all of this. We really fell in love with each other, you know? Both Kai and I couldn't suppress our feelings for each other any longer. But since you're my best friend, you'll forgive us, right?
What do you mean, best friend? An actual best friend would never do anything like this. You even had the gall to invite me to the wedding ceremony. Best friend? Friend? I don't need anyone who would treat me like this in my life. You two can both go to hell for all I care.
Hey, Michelle. How's it been? It's been a while.
You have some nerve trying to contact me now. You know that? I'm so pissed right now. You better be careful with what you say.
Really? I'm sorry. I disappeared on you so suddenly. There was no other way, so I had to.
You're a snake. You ran away without trying to take the blame or pay for the divorce. You sure got the best of it without any repercussions, huh?
Come on now, you don't have to say it like that. It's already been 3 years, hasn't it? It should all be water under the bridge by now. I've even saved up for all that I owe you for the divorce. I just now transferred $5,000 to your bank account.
Is that all? You've been saving for 3 years and all you could scrape up is a lousy $5,000? That's nothing! As if $5,000 would be enough for what you put me through. It barely covers anything.
How ungrateful! After I saved up just to pay what you're due? I didn't even have to do that, you know? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You should be grateful.
What a joke. After all this time, you contact me again and this is all you have to say to me? I feel no kind of remorse from you about what you've done. You had an affair with your wife's best friend and even disappeared off the face of this earth. Not only that, but you also left me with a debt of over $100,000. As if $5,000 would cover any of that.
There was nothing I could do about it. You can't blame me. You can't help who you fall in love with, no matter if it's your wife's best friend or not. Also, you're used to being in debt, right? Don't make such a big deal out of it.
What the hell are you talking about?
I mean, you know, don't act like you don't. You were able to pay off all of the debt your parents piled on from their failed business. You didn't get to go to college because of that, but you worked after graduating high school and helped pay off their debt, right? Then the amount of debt that I left you should be no problem paying back, right?
How dare you? Don't try to pretend you didn't do anything.
Don't get so upset. It was a compliment. $100,000 isn't that big of a deal for you, right? So it's not like I've left you with that big of a burden. I knew you could pay it back, so I figured it would be alright. If it's you, I knew you would be able to take care of it for me.
What do you mean I should be used to it? Just because I helped with my parents' debt, I should be used to it? What do you even think you're trying to say right now? You must be joking. I don't know what happened to you in these 3 years, but you must be out of your mind.
Are you trying to insult me?
If $100,000 isn't such a big deal, then why don't you pay it back yourself? You're the one who racked up all that debt yourself, aren't you? It's your responsibility. You take care of it.
There's no way I can do that. It's impossible. That's why I made you take care of it. If it were me, there's no way I would be able to pay back that kind of money.
Do you hear yourself right now? Do you have any idea what you sound like right now?
Anyways, I'm really grateful to you, Michelle. Thanks a million. You really saved my butt. I'm sure you've been paying back all the debt in the 3 years I've been hiding. I know you're diligent, so there's no way you wouldn't pay it back. Thanks to you, I'm sure you've already paid back a bunch of it for me, right? I'll take care of whatever debt is left. That's the least I can do. Thanks for paying the debt all these years.
You've got to be kidding me. Just who do you think I am?
I'm sure you've been paying it back, right? I know you're the type of person to do what you need to do, even though you didn't graduate high school. It's a little sad, though.
I don't need any pity from you.
Michelle, you seemed so adult just because you started working earlier. I thought you were a reliable kind of girl, so I figured I'd marry you. No matter how hard you try to hide it, though, it's still lame that you only graduated high school. I mean, just look at Christine. Her parents made sure she was able to go to college. She was able to work for a big company thanks to her college's reputation. Do you know how embarrassing it was to tell my friends that you didn't graduate college? Christine is a wife I can be proud of.
You're the worst. I can't believe I married you. Did you run away just because of that? You're a sad little man.
At least you figured out that much with the education you've got. Despite that, you paid back some of my debt, so thanks.
Oh, are you done? You better be ready. You'll regret this.
Huh? Ready for what?
You've had your way for far too long. You'll see soon enough, you little worm. Both of you and Christine will regret crossing me.
Michelle, what's the meaning of this? What is going on here? What have you been doing for the past 3 years? Are you kidding me? You didn't pay a single penny back.
Well, of course. Why would I? I told you, didn't I? You better be prepared. Why would I pay back the debt that I've never seen or heard of before? You must be joking.
You should have had to pay. You were supposed to be the debtor after I disappeared. If I disappeared as my wife, you should have been responsible for the debt.
Oh, is that right? I had no idea I had to pay just because you ran out on me. Well, I do know about being a joint guarantor. I mean, after all, I do have experience paying debt back.
Then explain to me why you haven't had to pay anything back. I know all about the debt and problems you had after you took on the debt. I heard everything from Christine. The plan should have been perfect.
Ah, you're right. I did have to take on the debt. You tried to make it so that I'd pay back my husband's debt after disappearing.
Exactly. So why haven't you paid back even a single penny? I've never heard of a debt being put on hold for the debtor to come back to repay their debts, especially if there's already another guarantor. There's no way you could have gotten out of it.
I didn't put the debt on hold, you idiot. I had myself removed as a guarantor, of course. You've underestimated me for the last time.
Wait, what? How? You were removed as the guarantor?
That's right, I was. I was not going to be responsible for your mistakes. All I had to do was talk with the loan shark you borrowed money from. I asked if there was a way to get removed as a guarantor from your loans. It took forever, but after negotiating with them, they agreed to take me off the contract as your guarantor.
That's ridiculous. I call bull. They shouldn't have allowed that. It's gotta be illegal. I've never heard of something like this before.
It's extremely rare, but if you want, you can go check for yourself. It's all in the contract.
That's all you did? You just asked and they took you off? There's no way they'd do something like that.
I keep telling you they did. You should already know if you look up the details. Well, I can't say I did everything myself. I got help from someone who really helped me out before.
What? Who helped you?
They helped me way back when I was helping clear my parents' debt.
From back then? How?
I borrowed money to pay back what we owed. I found somewhere else to borrow money and paid back what I needed to. After that payment was due, I'd do it again and find another place to borrow money from. I did this as many times as I needed to so I could pay off the loans. Those companies got to know me really well.
That's how you got rid of the debt?
I left a big impression on one of the loan sharks since I was going to high school at the time. I did what I needed to do to get them to help me. Even begging wasn't out of the question. I even had times when I had them delay the payment dates for me. They really helped me out back then. After getting stuck with your debt, I went to go consult with them, and sure enough, they remembered me. They were really shocked, though. They didn't think that they'd ever see me again after what I had to go through to pay back that debt.
I'm speechless.
You know, if you actually just pay back your debts, they aren't such bad people. They can be very reasonable. That's if you properly pay it back, that is. Seeing that I paid back my parents' debt, they were really friendly. This time around, I talked with them about my crappy husband leaving me with a mountain of debt. They felt real sorry for me and told me they'd try to figure something out. So They contacted me a few days later and gave me a proposal to solve my problem. They told me they'd take me off as one of the guarantors as long as I agreed to their conditions.
They came to help you? What the hell? Why would they do that?
I told you. We developed a good relationship after I paid back the debt. Well, of course, it wasn't for free. They told me if I paid them $50,000 up front, they'd remove me from the contract. Then, if you ever came back, they'd return the money to me, no questions asked. After that, all the debt would go back to you just like it should have been in the first place. If I had to choose between paying back $100,000 versus $50,000, of course I'd choose to pay off the $50,000. Why wouldn't I? Anyone in their right mind would do the same.
Hey, wait a minute. You had $50,000? That's a ton of money. Where did you get that kind of money? Did you borrow that money too?
Don't lump me in with you. I am an upstanding citizen. It was only $50,000. If it's that much, I have more than enough savings to pay that back.
What? There's no way a high school graduate could make that kind of money. Where were you hiding that kind of money?
Don't underestimate a high school graduate. While everyone was just enjoying their school life, I was working my butt off. I saved money working hard ever since high school and saved where I could. I kept working hard just like that. Now, I already have $100,000 in assets.
You had that kind of money?
Now it's your turn. Both of you are going to learn what it's like to be burdened with debt from these loan sharks quickly. Oh, and by the way, thanks. There was a reward out for finding people who have run away from their debts. You two were perfect. I got the $50,000 back and more.
That's how they found us out so quickly. You ratted us out. They came knocking first thing this morning. Do you know how scary they were? They came barging into our house and threatened us. We'd better have the money I owe them by tomorrow. Do you think that I have that kind of money?
Good luck with your newlywed life. You'll be working to pay off all that debt from now on. You two take care now.
You've got to be freaking kidding me. Do you have any idea what you've done? Those scary guys came to our house this morning demanding payment. They even copied my driver's license.
You're overacting a little bit there. You'll be fine. Like you said, $100,000 is nothing, and even someone who only graduated high school should be able to pay it back, right? Oh, those guys look scary, but they aren't evil. They just want their money back. If you pay what they're owed, then there won't be a problem.
I heard all about what you did from Kai. You sold us out, didn't you? You told him where we live. It's all your fault. They never would have found us if it wasn't for you. We would have been safe.
Excuse me? Do you even know where you're standing right now? You were the ones who sold me out in the first place. You tried to place Kai's debt onto me. Or did you forget your little plan? Don't act like you're the victim here.
Oh, shut up! You're just a high school graduate. What do you know? Having all that money doesn't suit someone like you. I'm the one who graduated college. I shouldn't be the one burdened with all this debt.
You're so full of yourself. You've been treating me like a fool behind my back. You were my friend from elementary school. You even kept being my friend after I had to drop out and start working. I really thought of you as my best friend. It just breaks my heart, really.
Oh, don't kid yourself. You don't even think of us as friends anymore. Someone who never went to college like you doesn't get to be disappointed in me, someone who graduated college.
You know what? You're right. We aren't best friends, let alone friends. You two deserve every bit that's coming to you.
Why are you doing this to us? You were the one that was supposed to pay back the debt. Even if it was impossible to pay it all back, at least half would have been good.
What? Why should I feel sorry? The debt should be paid back by the one who borrowed the money in the first place. If that's impossible, then the guarantor should pay it back. As Kai's wife, you're the new guarantor, right?
Yeah, that's right. I became a guarantor after marrying him. I never wanted to be tied to this debt. I was forced to. Those scary-looking guys threaten me. If there's no guarantor, then they'd increase the interest rate. Kai begged me to sign it. I had no choice but to accept. I'm trapped now.
What's a wife to do in a situation like that? Of course you couldn't say no. You poor girl. Although, you two aren't even really newlyweds, are you? It's been about, 5 years since you started seeing each other?
That's right. I'm his wife, so I had to sign it. There's no way I could have refused when they were right in front of us.
Good luck with your new life of debt. You said it yourself, didn't you? Since you're a college graduate, you're able to work for a big company. Paying back the money should be no problem for you.
Shut up! As if it was that easy. Even if I'm working for a big company, I'm just a secretary at one of the smaller branches. My salary isn't even that high. Paying back $100,000 is impossible. I barely make anything. My monthly take-home is barely over $2,000.
Oh my god, really? That's all you make? Now that's a surprise. That's not even half of what I make.
You make more than $4,000 a month?
Oh, I thought you would have made more, especially as a college graduate. You guys were bragging so much, I thought you were making more money than I was. I really thought you'd at least be making twice what I make.
Wait, what the hell? How is that possible? Why is my salary half than yours? You're just a dumb high school graduate. There's no way you should be making more money than me.
That's what it means to work hard. After graduating, I kept working and did a good job at work. I produced results and moved up through the company. Right now, I'm in charge of over 50 employees as the head of the office.
50 employees? You're the head of the department too? How are you in charge of so many people?
I've had good results this quarter. We turned a huge profit. I'm sure I'll even get a bonus this summer. They even told me if I keep going at this rate, I might even one day be president.
President?
I was betrayed by my best friend and my ex-husband, but nothing can betray hard work. I can rest easy knowing I can always rely on myself. The both of you should watch and learn from me. You two better work hard to pay off that debt. Do your best not to make them angry, or else. A few days later, someone from the loan office secretly told me about Kai and Christine. After adding the interest rate on the loans, the $100,000 doubled to $200,000 in debt. They turned pale after hearing how much it ballooned, and the loan shark told them that if they have the heat to have an affair with her best friend's husband, then they should be able to work it off. Christine had to work at a nightclub to help pay off the debt. Christine offered Kai to go into hiding up in the mountains. It seems like he took her up on the offer and fled somewhere up in the mountains. I guess Kai is still alive, but his life must be a living hell. It's quite sad that they have to live apart from each other just after getting married. Well, it really has nothing to do with me, so who cares? Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.